America. Welcome to another presentation of Under the Macroscope. Today, I want us to take a close look at what it means to earn a living in America. What does earning a living really mean? It has long been an established tenet of our civilization that one is always expected to learn at a very early age how to provide for oneself and those who may become dependent upon one for survival. But how is that accomplished? What are the, quote, rules of the game that keep this phenomenon alive and thriving in our society? We can go all the way back to the beginning of humanity, when God said, "Let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth." So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him. Male and female created he them. And God blessed them. And God said unto them, "Be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea and over the fowl of the air and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth." And God said, "Behold, I have given you every herb-bearing seed which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree in the which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed. To you it shall be for meat." You will find that in Genesis chapter 1, verses 26 through 29. Just what is happening here? What is God saying to us? He is saying, "I have given you all that you will ever need to survive and prosper. I have given you the earth and all that is in it for your sustenance. I have given you the skills and the power to use those skills to subdue the earth, not to abuse it, but to extract from it what you need to enjoy a bountiful, fruitful, and complete existence." So, what happened? What did we do with all that God has given us? How have we used our skills and our abilities to glorify God and show appreciation for all that He has done? Just look around you. It is clear, and it didn't take long for us to understand that it didn't just start. That instead of subduing the earth and other creatures, we became greedy and selfish and started to try to subdue each other. We moved from earning a living to taking a living, even if it means taking another person's life in the process. We began to look at each other as the meat that God intended other creatures and herbs to be. By God's own description, there is plenty for all of us, but some of us want it all for ourselves and, quote, our kind. What fools have we become? And we have the gall to refer to ourselves as the most intelligent creatures on the planet. God sees us as fools. Case in point, in the gospel according to Luke chapter 12, the word of God tells us about a rich farmer who had a bountiful harvest, so much so that he pondered what to do with it all. He began to devise a, quote, plan where he would tear down his old barns and build bigger new barns to store up his bounty. God let him lay out his plan, and when he had finished what he obviously thought was a stroke of genius, God said to him, "Thou fool, This night thy soul shall be required of thee. Then whose shall those things be which thou hast provided? Find that in verse 20. This fool never gave God credit for giving him a bountiful harvest. He never said anything about sharing his bounty with the poor. There obviously were numerous people working for him that he saw no need to even show any degree of appreciation for their hard labor. Such fools we all are, that we at this very moment behave in the same manner as this rich, foolish farmer, and we have no shame. Thank God that I grew up with the understanding that earning a living includes helping others who may not fare as well in some areas as yourself. Everyone brought something to the table, and we shared our bounty. There was dignity and integrity in gathering during hog killing season and moving from house to house, preparing the meat for the winter months, from early in the morning to late in the afternoon. We would dig sweet potatoes and place them in what we called a tater hill to protect them from the winter cold. If someone in the community ran out of meat, we would share. If someone ran out of sweet potatoes, we would share. We didn't rob and kill each other because we respected each other. We took pride in earning a living, even though it was tough at times for a variety of reasons. Many of the farmers could not read their own names, but they were not sluggards. God gave everyone something that they could use to his glory, and in so doing, they subdued the earth and survived. Today, we have become a trifling and worthless flock. There is no pride in honorable work. God is not pleased with our slothfulness. In Proverbs 6, verse 6 through 11, God directs the slothful to go and watch the ant. Watch him work and provide for the time when no work can be done, but you will still enjoy a bountiful existence because you prepared for it when you had time and opportunity. There are many very talented and gifted people in prison because they chose not to use their gifts to subdue the earth and earn a good living. Instead, they waited for someone else to work, and they took what did not belong to them. What fools have we become? Just another Mackian observation. Thank you for listening. Follow me on Facebook at Under the Macroscope. You may also follow me on YouTube at MacRay. Please subscribe and share, and if you wish, you can make a contribution of your choosing by using the QR code on the screen. See you next time, and remember, under the macroscope, we take a closer look.